Greetings, beautiful earthlings. My name is Star. If you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but I am super glad you did. And if you are returning, y'all the real MVP, you already know. So I really hope you guys, if you're already into this episode, I hope you're watching them in succession. I know a lot of you guys are, but if you're not, and this is the first video you're jumping in on, I do have an entire playlist for the series called the Learn the Rider Waite Tarot, and you can check that out and watch all of the videos beforehand to get all of that good knowledge if you so choose. If not, and you just want to learn this one specific card, that is totally okay as well. It's your learning, so I just want to let you guys know if you're new to this series, I am ironing out a few details here and there, so I really apologize if it's a little rocky and a little boring for right now. Trying my very best to keep it as short as possible and as easily digestible as possible, and that's why I'm only going to be releasing one of these a day so that I don't stress you guys out too much with a whole lot of information, because I know this book is very hardy. So if you guys are just joining us, we are going to be using this book here, as well as my Centennial Smith Waite in a Tin, and all of those links are always in the description box for you guys down there if you would like to pick those up at some point. I know a lot of people have told me they have either already gotten this book because I recommended it, or they are getting it for the series, so I'm very excited, and we might also be utilizing this series in our group at some point, so I'm not sure where this series is going anymore, you guys. I just really wanted to share this book with you guys, and the series kind of took off in totally different direction. So I'm really excited that a lot of people are interested in this. And let's go ahead and get our drink together before I start talking. Okay, so I hope you guys are still hanging in there with me. I know this is a very tough series to watch if you're doing a whole bunch of them at once. I definitely don't recommend binging any number of them because it is very boring. It's supposed to come off like a classroom setting with a textbook, a tool, teacher, and student just learning. So that's why there's no music. This is a very serious series on my channel, and I do have other fun videos like readings and deck reviews if you guys ever want to check those out. Speaking of which, I don't know if I'm going to get a full moon reading out. I really wanted to, but I really need to backlog card videos just in case I don't get to film this weekend. So whenever the moon falls on a weekend, I just don't really get a reading out for that. So maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I would much rather spend time on this series right now, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. So I did forget to say this in the last one. If you're not already following me on Facebook and Instagram, all that information is in the description box for you guys as always. Instagram is where you guys can chat and get to know me if you so choose, and Facebook is where you can book a reading with me or also get to know me there. I don't know, you can send messages on Facebook too, so whatever. That's why those socials are down there. Sometimes I just forget to mention them because I'm trying to just fly through these videos. So let's go ahead and jump in today, friends. We're on card number, okay, this is confusing. It's the fourth card in the deck, but it is card number 3 because we start the full 0. So card number 3 is the Empress, and she is a lovely Empress, she is. So if you guys had skipped my last video, I am changing it up a little bit from the way that I did the Fool and the Magician. So I'm not going to be reading that big chunk of basic meaning to you like I did before, because I don't feel like they really resonate to what the basic meaning is. So instead, for the basic meaning, I am giving you the keywords of upright and reversed via Labyrinthos. That's where I'm getting those keywords from. They're not in this book at all. I don't know why there's no keywords in this book. I didn't even notice that. So I hope that doesn't throw anybody off, but if you guys listen back to those other ones, those basic meanings were just not really relevant. So I don't think we need to read them, but I will still read the other tidbits of other types of meaning interpretations for the cards because they're very small. So let's go ahead and just jump in here. This is the Empress, and it says the image refers to the environment, but also to one's personal nature. Emotion, the expression of inner sentiment, is also typical of Venus in old mythology. Living these feminine aspects is not just women's work, but also something for men to come to terms with as well. So remember, the divine feminine and the divine masculine is in all of us, and yin and yang exist for a reason. So don't ever feel like the Empress is specifically a female card, or that the Emperor is specifically a male card. That's just talking about the feminine and masculine energy, and we both have them in us, and part of life is learning to balance that energy within ourselves. So the Empress, if you guys are familiar with the divine feminine and divine masculine, the divine feminine is really about nurturing, right? And the divine masculine is about like work, hard work. So if you guys know that particularly already, that'll help you remember the Empress and the Emperor, because those are the embodiment of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So for the keywords of the Empress upright, we have motherhood, fertility, and nature. And then for the reversed keywords, we have dependence, smothering, and emptiness. So remember, we have positive and negative meanings to every card, and I like to say that the reverse is just kind of them off their game. It doesn't take much to get them turned back right side up, and I will talk about that in another video. But the Empress is also the queen of all queens. I just totally held that like yummy. Okay, so the Empress is the queen of all queens. She is all of the queens combined in the deck. So whenever this shows up, this is a very strong woman. This is a very in touch with herself woman who embodies all of the queens in the deck and is very in touch with her femininity and I forgot the word I was looking for. Nope, that word's gone, sorry. Okay, so the spiritual experience meaning for this card, and remember these little tidbits here are for different types of readings. So if you're doing a spiritual reading and you get the Empress, that is going to mean the enjoyment of the senses and sensuality. That's the word I was looking for, sensuality. There you go. So as the card for the day, if you guys are just doing your own basic card for the day and Empress pops up, that means take responsibility for your own well-being. Take care of yourself and ban false goddesses from your life. Remember, the divine feminine is a very nurturing energy, and that's what she means for the day. So for love and relationship readings, if the Empress comes up, that means when we love and are loved, our personal nature comes into bloom. When sense and sensibility are given a chance to develop, love can grow, and with it, the beauty of being. And the last one we've got here is for success and happiness readings. If the Empress pops up for you, that means clarity, naturalness, and satisfaction is the key to your success and happiness. So let's go ahead and jump on over to the 10 hidden symbols here. Man, I forgot to get my pen, y'all. I was gonna get a pen, and the only thing I have right here is a booger sucker, and I don't think you guys want me pointing with a booger sucker, so I'll use my finger again. Let me get some water. I can't believe I forgot the pen. Okay, so this one, I'm gonna hold her up for you guys to see. So the first one is talking about her position and pose. You notice she is chilling in her chair there like a retired grandma. So her position is upright, majestic, self-confident, self-assured, relaxed, motivated, concentrated. The supposition that she may be pregnant contained in some interpretation is purely speculative. There are many kinds of fruitfulness. So whenever the Empress does appear in my readings, I always check. Usually in love readings, I will do a little check like, are you pregnant? Are you trying by any chance? Usually that's not what the Empress means. Like 90% of the time that's not the case, but sometimes it happens. So don't think that this is like the fertility card or the pregnancy card by any means. She's just very fruitful. That also means pregnant. You'll see that in a lot of newer interpretations as well. I know the Lightseers Tarot does have her with a big pregnant belly, And there's another deck. The Biddy Tarot also has her with a big pregnant belly, but just remember for those ones, it just means fruitful. So her scepter, which is this thing here, and the sign of Venus down here. I have noticed a lot of newer tarot decks will still include that sign of Venus, but the scepter sometimes is not in there. So as long as the sign of Venus is in there, that's talking about the feminine energy, ruling planet of Venus, all that fun stuff. So the scepter and the sign of Venus, it says the sign of Venus is combined. The sign of Venus combines a circle and a cross, clearly, which means the sun and the earth, or the soul and the body. This is just unity. Just this unity is typical for Venus and the Empress, with body and soul, the unification of sense and the senses. So it seems like her scepter there really doesn't have too much importance, and it's just that Venus symbol they're talking about, so that happens. The flowered robe, the thing that she's wearing, if you guys can see that, there's tons of flowers on there. So the flowered robe, the flowers talk about the beauty of nature and a person's coming into bloom. The flowers are similar to the sign of Venus. White, red, and green, the colors of the magician and nature's green. Flowers to the people, bread and roses. Is there bread on her? I don't know what that even means. Y'all, don't feel bad if some of these things just don't make sense, because I promise I don't think a lot of this makes sense either, but for the sake of learning it, it has something to do with flowers to the people. If you can make something of that, I applaud you, my friends. I just know there's flowers on her robe. That's all I need to know. So the gray heart, which is here, the symbol of Venus, you see that? It's a gray heart. The gray heart, calmly, unprejudiced. All creatures and all impulses have a chance and a raison d'existence. I think that's how you say that, but I am not French, nor am I Canadian. If the heart is of stone, individuality degenerates into egoism, which has no time for others. I'm really sorry. I hope you guys don't get distracted. I have to make this fun for myself somehow, and that usually includes me making fun of words. So the next one is red throne on gray ground. So her red throne and the gray ground. Red throne, gray ground. Okay. So red and orange, life, blood, and passion, the Empress's emotionality, but this is surrounded by grayness. Positive meaning, impartiality. Negative meaning, stones instead of bread, hard-heartedness, and lovelessness. So you can just relate gray to stone and call it a day. The crown of stars or laurels. Can you see that? There's stars on her crown. There you go, now you can see it. Okay, so the crown is decorated with 12 stars, as in many Madonna representations, taking stars from the sky and bringing them to fruition on the earth. Crown of laurels is the Empress's task and gift. So the next one is grain, which is all this stuff down here. And that is the symbol of fruitfulness and reaping life's harvest. Fruitfulness, yes. So nutrition for body and soul, feeding and caring for oneself and others, well-being, ease, sensuality, enjoyment, and feeling good for some reason. The trees and the forest back here. You see that? See trees, trees. There you go, trees. Okay. So nature comes into its own. Every plant can find its place and have a chance to grow. Living alone and free as a tree and brotherly as a forest, that is our yearning. That is a quote from Nazim Hikmet for you. I don't know. Okay, the next one is the waterfall. Where's the waterfall? Girl, where are your waterfall? Okay, it's right here. Can you see that? I'm telling you guys, I should have got the giant Rider Waite for this, but I can't. I can't bring myself to do it. So the waterfall means that the river is connected with its source and at the same time it flows and falls. The tower is not the only image associated with flying and falling. The flow forward and the bond with the wellspring, both equally important. The last one we got here is the color yellow in her background. Means sun, awareness of one's consciousness, the highest and holiest, and search for meaning, but also envy, gold, and greed. Danger, back towards the sun, repression. Positive, lights up the other side as well, reliable awareness. So remember, you guys, I know that some of this stuff in here just totally does not make sense as a reader in 2020. A lot of this is super outdated, and that's a big problem that a lot of people have with understanding the Rider Waite. So I did say this in one of my earlier videos. Please, please, please do not feel like this is what reading tarot is about. That's not at all what that is, and I just wanted to teach the Rider Waite Tarot as 78 pieces of art with little hidden images. So I really hope you guys understand that learning tarot and reading tarot is a lot more intuitive. Yes, the meanings are important, but honestly, you don't need all of that to know that the Empress is the queen of all queens. She's talking about being fruitful, and that's all you need to know, right? So I did say this before, you guys, please, please, please be kind to yourselves. Don't stress yourselves out when we are learning this stuff. It is very important that you don't stress yourself out trying to learn everything that I'm telling you in these videos, because like 90% of it is just not important. It's really not, and I really hope you guys understand that. This is just a really fun series to show you guys that the Rider Waite Tarot has more than 10 symbols hidden in each image, and there's a reason that they did that. But it's not important at all for you guys to know all 10 symbols. If you are the type of person that can remember all of that stuff, kudos, you might do really well with the Rider Waite Tarot. But I myself only use the Rider Waite for very easy readings that I don't want to add the extra intuition for, because I know the meanings of the cards off the top of my head. And if I am using a different deck with imagery that speaks to me, I might have to do more intuitive reading. And also, reading is also about the relationship between the cards that are next to each other and in the story. So I really want you guys to understand that. I will be doing another advice and frequently asked questions video to try to also point that out to people who are not watching this series, because I really, really want you guys to know there is an easy way to learning tarot. You're not going to learn it all overnight, but there are ways around things, and you don't have to stress yourself out as much as a lot of young and new tarot readers do. So I promise you guys, if you are stressed, you're overthinking it, okay? Don't worry about it. Put it down. Go do something else. Take a walk, drink some water, change your focus, watch a really dumb video or cartoon or something, come back to it, you'll feel a lot better, okay? That's how I always know that I'm stressing out way too much and I'm putting way too much energy into it, when I start overthinking meanings and giving more meanings to things, and I catch myself doing that. So don't worry, you guys, I will talk about that and in a couple other videos at a later date, I promise, and I will try to get a couple more fun videos going in between all of these. I just really wanted to get some backlogging going of these, because I did say I was going to try to get one of these out a day. So I do really intend to get all of these card of the day videos out by 10 o'clock in the morning, California, USA time. So I am in California, US of A, if you have not ever noticed my San Diego tag. So that is Pacific Standard Time. I know that a lot of my viewers are in other countries, and I know that a lot of you guys are in other states. There are not a lot of you in California. So do not stress yourself out if you can't watch it the second it comes out. Just remind yourself there's a video for today, or maybe tomorrow you watch 2. It's not a big deal. So I just wanted to let you guys know I don't have like a set schedule with my videos ever. It's just kind of if I can film. but I have expressed to my family and friends this is what I'm going to be doing for a while. So I really need to buckle down and shoot every single day, backlog, make sure I get these videos out every single day for you guys, and that's just what it's going to be for the time being. So if you guys are not following me on Instagram, I would highly suggest doing that just in case there are announcements such as me not being able to film one day or 1 week or something and you guys just miss that. I don't want you guys to feel bad about it, but I do want to keep in touch with you guys. I know we're still very small, a little over 100. I think it was like 115, 117 today. So while it's still small, I want you guys to know we can totally keep in touch. If it gets bigger, when it gets bigger, I just want you guys to know that will be a little harder. But for right now, while it's just you guys, my trusty crew, you don't have to worry too much about things like that. You can always check Instagram for the announcements, but every single day, one of these should be up at 10 a.m. So I'm gonna try my very best to keep these under 20 minutes. This is hitting 20 minutes, but it's just because I'm kind of rambling here at the end. I need to clear my brain a little bit before I do the next one. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you made it to the end, give me a big thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, that's cool. Thumbs down. You don't have to like my video. And I cannot wait, my friends, to do the next one, which is going to be the Emperor, and he is the number 4, the 5th card in the deck. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day wherever you are when this video reaches you, my friends. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Namaste.